Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I've just decided to start it while Jonathan is actually literally in the bathroom. I don't even know if he can hear me right now, but
Are you starting the podcast?
We're rolling. We're going. We're smoking hot, just like me. Anyways, roll the intro, baby.
Hey, I'm the bro
And I'm
host.
the co-host, and we've switched roles.
Well, sort of.
I've passed 51%. 51% equity of this YouTube channel is now Jonathan's. I no longer control the channel because I have my own stuff to do. I don't have time for the podcast. It's Jonathan's job now. Actually, I was gonna tell you, I'm gonna have you edit them from now on since
Really?
that but I don't know if you're gonna be able to upload them at college. Do you get good? Well, you have Ethernet, right? I don't know. We shouldn't.
No, I used to have Ethernet.
Okay.
Now I just use the college.
We're
Wi-Fi.
rambling about this.
Yeah, I'm back in college.
Speaking of college,
Back
no,
there
perfect
again.
segue. Yeah, go. Talk
Back
about
in college. You know how it is.
I'm
It
depression.
happens every. You know what? I'm not so depressed because somewhere, somehow, I'm trying to convince myself to be a workaholic. That's my intended work ethic. I want to be motivated. So I'm lying to myself right now. I'm telling myself that I can do anything. And so far, I have yet to disprove myself.
I, on the other hand, have spent the last couple of weeks. Actually, no. This is an interesting thing because I've actually wanted to do some videos, but first of all, I had a video recorded, but I don't want to use it because I didn't have a webcam in it, and I just really feel like my videos. I feel like a webcam is an important element to a video, and I've never had one before.
You're like, your YouTube career is just like a never-ending quest for new technology.
I know
You're
that's
always
what
like,
you
I
think.
need the microphone, Dad. Dad, I need the PC.
But see, if I had to say that there's three elements to a YouTube channel, it would be the microphone, the narration,
the Triforce of YouTubers.
the commentary, right? That's the first part. That's the first element that you bring as a personality. Your facial reactions and what you look like, that's another element of your personality. And then the actual gameplay or footage or whatever you're reacting to or playing or whatever. So those are the three things. And I don't know, I just feel like...
Where's the webcam?
The webcam, that's what I said, webcam. What your facial reactions, what you look
Oh!
like. The webcam.
And the webcam is it's the key to achieving.
Well, I have that camera, but it doesn't exactly work well for playing games because I'm looking at the screen. If you saw my newest video, the one about the Instagram hoax thing, I was looking at the screen and then you see the side of my face, and I would rather you see my actual facial reactions as I'm playing the game instead of having to turn to a camera. So the webcam makes that actually doable.
I like that angle, though.
But I know you don't. Well, yeah. I'm not gonna have it straight on. I'm gonna have it like on the edge where it's at an angle. But I know you, for some reason, think that I don't need a webcam. But my opinion is that people. First of all, I think it's more entertaining. Like, in case you get bored of watching me play Minecraft or whatever game or something, then you can look at my face. And I feel like just staring at people sometimes is entertaining. I feel like that's just like a human nature thing. And then I also feel like it just helps people when they see a new channel. Like, if they stumble across my channel, it kind of helps them be like familiar. Like, it's like meeting a new person. It's like, oh, okay, this is a cool guy. I see what he looks like.
Guy.
I see his voice. And I know plenty of people don't have webcams, but I don't have a problem with having my face out there. And I feel like it does help, build a kind of sense of like connection between the viewer and me, in a way.
Well,
I'm on my end, but on their end.
I'm not saying your requests are absurd, but I mean, I will say you throw around the word need. I find it hard to believe that there's no possible outcome from this moment in time where you could reach your goals of however many subscribers without a webcam. There's got to be some way.
It's not about subscribers, Jonathan.
It's all about subscribers. It's about the dream, and the dream requires a webcam. I could be sitting on piles of money with all my fans around me giving me a big group hug, but if the webcam's not there, I'm dead inside.
Well, I wouldn't use the word need. Like I said, people can be successful fine without a webcam, but I literally got one for $20-ish, $16, $17 it was. the cheapest one I could find. So clearly, it being quality is not the problem. As long as I just have my face in some way, I'm fine. And it might be the worst webcam ever. I don't know. It was very limited in the description. It just said it was 720p, which isn't bad resolution. That's what most of my videos are in, that res. So hopefully it's fine. And I just think that'll help new people be more inclined to, stick with the channel because they can attach a face to it. I know, and maybe this is just a me thing, but I know, maybe it's a personal preference, but I know whenever I see a new channel, I'm much more likely to watch more of their videos or subscribe if they have a webcam, and then I see that face and I attach their voice or their personality to that face, and I'm like, yeah, that's a funny guy. More than I am a voice. It just seems like a voice out there, more unimportant when I don't see who's attached to it.
Call me crazy, but I think maybe the opposite.
Well, then maybe it's a personal opinion thing, but I don't think that you are deterred by a webcam, so it's a win-win situation. But instead of talking about...
there are certain YouTubers and just personalities in general I can respect for not feeling the need to put their image out there.
Well, I was going to talk about a long time ago, but then I started talking about the webcam, about me being quote-unquote depressed. I don't really like to say I'm depressed. It feels so attention grabby, but
yeah,
no, it's just the past week I've really been not wanting to go to school because I start school tomorrow. Probably yesterday. The time this goes up, if this is going up on a Tuesday, I go back to school Monday, or I went back to school
going
Monday.
Up on a Tuesday.
Thanks for letting him know.
Remember that song? The song Club Going Up on a Tuesday.
Anyways. And lately I had a lot of work to do, because I had to read 2 books over the summer, write an essay, and do some stuff, and I decided to forget about it until the last couple weeks, and then even then I procrastinated, so I had pretty much a lot of it to do in the last couple weeks here, and it made it so that I didn't have time to do a lot of YouTube videos, which I guess just kind of made me sad, because I did want to put some videos out there, but the most frustrating thing has been people asking me to play Minecraft with them because...
Oh, really?
Because I doubt... I know Austin's not watching this, my friend Austin, and I doubt that Michael's watching this, but those 2 people have asked me to play Minecraft a lot recently. And it's not like I don't love playing Minecraft with friends, and I always have a great time, but a part of me has wanted so badly to say, actually, no, I'm really, really busy, and I would rather do other stuff. But and I guess it wouldn't be hard to say that, but it feels like, oh, well, I technically have time. If I say, oh, I gotta work on YouTube, that'll just sound pretentious and it's
now you know how I felt all summer.
There's just an aspect to it where...
Except I mostly brought it upon myself.
There's just an aspect to it where I feel like if I say, oh, I can't, I gotta go record a video, it's like, oh, what, you want to be a YouTuber or something? And it just feels like the kind of thing that, people mock you for that kind of thing. So basically I just pretend I just make videos for fun, and
saying you want to be a YouTuber is like I'm gonna join a band of our day,
Except, sure. I disagree.
It's in the arts, it's performance, all that stuff.
I feel like
parents are like, that's not a real job, but every now and then one in however many actually find success. I think it's a nice analogy.
I feel like you're much less likely to succeed in
Garage YouTube channel makes it big.
Band. I would say maybe more just being a solo, just a singer yourself, more than a band. Bands are a kind of weird thing because it involves multiple people, and it's never every person at some point, one person in the group is going to say.
Well, I just say that because I'm making a time period comparison, and back in the day that was the thing.
SoundCloud rapping. Yeah, that's a better way of comparing.
But that's still going on. There's an overlap. I wanted to find a different day and age. For all the older podcast viewers out there.
I don't know. I can't think of anything. I mean, I get what you're saying, but people are like, dude, there's no way you can do anything off of YouTube, and I just really hate when they say that because. I mean, the evidence is in front of you. Every single person that, actually, a large majority of the people that are famous on YouTube straight up got popular while they were going to college and dropped out of college. Some high school.
So that means I'm going to get famous.
I don't really think they should drop out of high school. That's kind of stupid, but I mean, really, high school isn't a thing that you have to drop out of to do YouTube. It's really not that difficult to keep the two things going at the same time. College makes more sense, and especially if you're like really set. Like,
I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't drop out because I mean, that's a lot of wasted years now.
If you're like PewDiePie and you have 1 million subscribers and going to college,
that's not going to happen before I finish.
And you
college.
have basically a full-time job in college. I mean, what's the point? So that makes sense, but I don't know. I guess people can say it's unlikely, but I feel like most people that really don't give up and keep going will find some sort of success. Some different than others, but I think it really depends on the amount of work and persistence that you have going into it. So that's all I have to say about that. But once again, we're not talking about me being sad. Are we?
Not your seasonal depression.
We did.
You said it was seasonal. Like when it's over the summer, you're only happy, and then the other emotions come back.
Well, if you want to talk about all me in this episode, I guess we can.
Nah, I was just...
It is a real condition. It's called seasonal affective disorder, and I didn't know it was a real condition until I saw somebody talk about it somewhere. But it's definitely something I have, because during fall and winter, and I say this every year, and I used to call Christmas my favorite season, and I would say it is, not because I get free stuff, but because, I don't know, it's just a kind of general air of positivity, and that's always something I like, whereas Halloween, it's like dark and scary, and I don't know, it's just not my thing. It's kind of like, it's just weird. It's like, you're celebrating a holiday where you go get candy. It kind of seems more like a childish thing to me, I guess. And I
love Halloween.
I never really liked Halloween ever.
What?
No.
It encourages creativity. You don't have to dress up as a scary thing anymore. That's the old days. And you get candy. Who doesn't love candy? I'm sorry you don't like being happy, Jason.
It's, you go knock on an adult's door and say, "Trick or treat, give me your stuff that you just bought at the dollar store." It's different than Christmas.
Yeah, it's the one time you're allowed to take candy from strangers.
You were waiting the entire time to make that joke, and I can tell because you did your little laugh. You're like, let's see what I did.
I did not.
Yeah, you have a little laugh. You have a little laugh after you make a joke, and you know it's like it's like a bad joke.
Look, that's not even my joke. Like everyone under the sun has made that
exactly,
joke.
Which is why it's a bad joke.
I will say, though, that I came up with that joke several years ago independently of everyone else who did.
Anyways.
So I'm clever. Yeah, that's right.
Anyways. We're talking about, okay, every fall and winter, and I don't say, I would still say Christmas is my favorite season, or...
Christmas is my favorite season.
Holiday.
The holiday season.
Just because there's, like, no holidays during summer, really. Summer, spring, there's not many. Easter is, I guess, but Easter's kind of like the same thing as modern Easter, that is like the same thing. You just get candy or whatever.
But you get it from relatives or whatever who hide it in eggs, as opposed to strangers who throw
I thought you were gonna
bucket.
say you get it from Jesus Christ.
He bestows it upon us.
Anyways, but yeah, every fall and winter. And maybe this has something to do, I don't know, this could be not really seasons, but have something to do with school itself, because I've never been self-conscious of this. I've never been at the mental age where I could diagnose myself as depression or have any reason to be sad and not been in school, if you get what I'm saying. I've never experienced fall or winter without being at school, you know. So I can't say whether this is a school-caused thing or a fall-winter caused thing.
Winter does have a break, though.
But during fall and winter, I just...
a nice little pause with a lip smack there.
See, this is where if I had a webcam, the pause wouldn't be so awkward, because I would...
Because you'd be able to see the lip smack happen.
I would zoom in on my face and
it would be funny, because you would up the bass on the lip smack, and it'd be like...
Which is what I literally did in my video, and I'm assuming you're referencing that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess I wouldn't say I get sad, but I just generally feel more emotion, and that kind of scares me, because I really, really hate...
Oh, no.
I hate emotions.
Different mental states.
I just hate emotions other than basically happiness or just neutrality, you know.
I love feeling conflicted. I love it when I should feel sad, but I don't.
What? What?
What? You're telling me you've never had...
That's called happiness, maybe? That's just called being positive? Optimistic?
I don't know.
You call that confliction? This is why I say you're not an optimistic person.
I thought, technically, didn't you just say I was an optimistic person by accident?
No, because you're saying I love it when I feel conflicted, when I should feel negative. But you're saying I guess you're saying you feel positive when you should feel negative, but that's just called.
Do you ever
being
get
happy.
so happy you're sad because you realize you probably won't be this happy again for a while? And there's probably no reason for you to be this happy in the first place.
No, that's a thing. That's a thing that people have talked about online. It's like when you're having a really good day, but then you're sad because you know that something bad's about to happen.
No, it's not that. It's almost like
but I
it's
feel
almost
like
I get so happy that I realize my life isn't as happy as it feels. Oh, you had earbuds in. Did you need those for anything?
No, I just realized I did, and I took them out. It kind of dampens my hearing. Not really, but I just realized it was like that. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Emotions.
People saying I've never experienced that, and I can like get where they're coming from, but I've never experienced where I'm happy and then I'm like, dang it, I should be sad. And I guess that's kind of like what I'm saying. I just generally.
It's a complicated feeling, but I don't think it's quite the same as what you're describing.
As a person, I just tend to...
Maybe they're simplifying it too.
I just ignore, like, negative emotions in general. I choose not to... they occur.
Those negative emotions, they're just attention seekers, dude. You just gotta ignore them.
They are. What good comes out of negative emotion? What good...
That's what I'm trying to tell people all the time. When people just get upset for no reason, and I'm like, why?
There are negative emotions that...
I don't ever understand why some people seemingly just want to be upset about
negative
stuff.
things happen, so you should interpret the negative thing and, like, if it's a mistake, learn from it, the classic saying or whatever. But the emotion is reacting to it in a bad way, I guess. And so in general, I have to keep shaking them because the monitor's falling asleep. I mean, we don't really have to watch this. In general, I just avoid negative emotions, but I feel like maybe, I guess, during fall and winter, I just tend to, like, I don't know, I feel different.
It's serious business. School starts up. You got to pay attention to those negative emotions because they might mean that your homework is going to be a 0 if you don't.
I feel less confident. I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like a weirdness.
I feel like I might never get those 1,000 subscribers. Not even the webcam. Not even the webcam could save me now.
I feel like nostalgic almost, where, like, I'm kind of, like, being way too sentimental and, like touchy-feely.
Dude, I'm always sentimental.
Like the kind of feeling when you like hear a sad or like a.
But you still won't let me hug you.
Okay, like when I watched PewDiePie and Marzi's wedding video, and
I cried.
I literally did.
I haven't seen it.
I wouldn't call it crying.
I mean, I've seen tons of pictures.
I teared up to the point that a tangible, like, tear rolled down my cheek. It was very touching, and I just in general I
mean, good for Pewds though.
Him and Marzi
really?
are very... They
look so happy.
They have something very special together. It's very touching. So that kind of feeling, which I don't feel very often, but that's not like a negative feeling, but that just kind of feeling of like sentimentality, I guess, is like really overwhelming during fall and winter. And it also makes
the fragility of life as the leaves fall.
It makes me like people way too much more than I should. Like,
except me. You've been all up on my grill lately, dude.
Yeah. Because it's summer. Have you never noticed this?
Oh, because you're saying it's... Wait, hold on. I'm confused. When you're saying that you're in the fall state, you suddenly say it's fall. Then when you say you're not in that state, you say it's summer.
I may be in the transition
You're twisting the fabric of time to your fancy. I'm kind of in the
transition period, but I've been actively trying to avoid, like, the seasonal sadness, whatever.
He's been making fun of me for like everything I've ever done in the past few days.
Everything over summer, I'm mean and more cold-hearted.
But then you're saying it's... Why is it upping? Why is it intensifying near where the transition is? It's not intensifying.
Well, I'm getting kind of annoyed. That's more of you've been with me all summer. I've lived in the same house as you, and maybe...
And you wish I didn't come back this weekend.
Maybe people that are watching this don't understand exactly how living with you is sometimes, because you're a very interesting person.
Yeah.
So maybe people don't understand where that's coming from, but after being with you for so long over summer and let's just say seeing you every weekend is a nice balanced diet of tolerating
for the first 5 minutes. Then you tell me I should go back,
and then I'll also be able to sleep on the weekdays, so I can not be tired for school. We're not gonna talk about this.
This guy's like the lightest sleeper ever. Like I do.
And maybe I am, but I sit completely still. when I sleep,
I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I do too, at least during the times when you tell me I'm breathing too loud.
I toss and turn every once in a while to get comfortable. But I literally, I'll notice I'm just like, I'm so awake, but still I'm just like sitting dead still. But you move constantly. And maybe it is that I'm a light sleeper and I'm super sensitive to that. But that's why I'm just saying, could you try to, be less loud? And back to the seasonal depression, because this is the entire podcast now. This is all we're talking about. Maybe people relate to this. I feel like this is a thing that a lot of people experience.
This is our best chance to make it. This is the transition period, dude. We got to put it up while it's relevant.
I think this is a thing that people experience, honestly, and I think you're kind of apathetic sometimes, so maybe you don't really relate to it, but I think other people do. No, you call me a sociopath.
I don't know if apathetic is the right word.
Not feeling emotions fully, because
that's
there's
your
something
thing.
wrong with you. No, I've explained this. I feel happiness, and this is what I'm talking about.
A sociopath doesn't feel emotions regarding other people. So you can't feel proud of other people. You can't feel like bad for other people when something bad happens to them. I'm pretty sure sociopaths can still be like...
Okay, the male
feel positive about things that happen to them.
Male stereotype of like not crying, not being like touchy-feely, sappy, whatever.
Yeah.
I embrace that stereotype so hard.
No, don't embrace the stereotypes.
So hard. But not just because I'm a man and that's what I think I should be. Not
just because you're one of those people who happen to fall
because
into
one of
that
those
category.
people that's just how I am. I don't really like being like super open about my emotions like that.
Advice from Jonathan: do not embrace the stereotypes, but do not avoid them either. Just be yourself.
I just tend to, and that is what...
If you're a girl and you like the color pink, don't feel like you shouldn't because that's a stereotype.
I'm being myself, and my way of doing that is just, I guess, kind of hiding how I feel sometimes. Not all the time. It's just the kind of general... I don't feel like I need to, like, be super expressive in how I feel. I mean, I just feel sometimes that people that are like that, they're sharing too much. Like, it's my business how I feel, and I'll just keep it to myself and work it out with myself. Which is why this is kind of weird talking about my emotions, and which is why I could probably go into it further than I care to. But yeah, I just generally feel kind of like that during fall and winter, and I don't like it. But something about, I don't know what it is psychologically that makes my body do that. Hormones or something during that season, during that period.
It's the horoscopes, man. It's the astrology.
Yes, I am a Gemini, and during the fall and winter months, the moon sign is aligned with Orion's belt, and it creates star sign Capricorn, which explodes, and it makes me feel feelies.
Until you totally disintegrated that 10 seconds, I was about to say, if that ends up being like coincidentally true,
which is a perfect transition. You can do it while I sip some water.
I don't know what we're transitioning
to. You're supposed to wing it. We have other stuff to talk about.
Well, I was just gonna say,
talk about some of the
that's felt like a year's worth of conversations, but it's not even at 30 minutes yet because this is the Speedcast today. Because I'm on the run. I gotta get back to college for a small friendly Smash tournament with some of my guys.
Oh, let's hope he gets there for the friendly Smash tournament.
Oh boy.
On the run.
Oh boy, I haven't played in a while.
No, that was really long because that was one topic and it's been 20 minutes because you're really trying to dig into my psychology here.
I brought it up just as I was trying to close it.
Was I oversharing?
Yeah, I was trying to give it closure, dude, and then you exploded. And then I was trying to contain the explosion.
I feel like it's one of those things where you haven't even like spoken it out loud to yourself, so you kind of have to. You've never really even like thought it out loud to yourself before, so it kind of helped me formulate my ideas for myself, and maybe nobody cared to hear all of that, but there you go. If you have SAD, also known as SAD, also known as seasonal affective disorder, maybe you feel it in the summer for some reason. That's pretty stupid.
That might be me. I'm not gonna convince myself I have it at all. Actually,
why would it be during the summer? I
don't know.
Here's the thing.
I've got more time to my thoughts.
I call myself a plant because I love sunlight so much. And maybe that's another... that's 100% another
That's
thing.
the thing!
That's the thing! That's why it happens! I'm not going to talk about this any longer, but just with this last closing statement. I call myself a plant because I say that I photosynthesize because I use light to live.
And he's wearing a green shirt right now.
Literally,
confirmed.
Being in sunlight gives me energy. Yeah, energy. Something, I don't know what it is, but something just about natural sunlight. I just absolutely
Gotta
love
get that
it.
vitamin D.
If you ever ask me to just like walk out in nature,
D, right?
I will absolutely say yes. That is my favorite thing to do. Just being surrounded by nature and sunlight. So maybe it's like during fall and winter, it's generally cooler, less sunny, cloudier, and maybe that's just what it is. And like the trees look, more barren.
I love the storms. Fall man here.
Yeah, spring and summer has storms, and those are nice. The rains.
Yeah.
And
What is this saying? April showers bring May flowers.
Mayflowers.
That's you. You're the Mayflower.
Mayflowers. Also, it rains in May as well. Believe it or not.
No
Which
way.
is a perfect transition into Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yes.
Because
what is that nursery rhyme? Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Itty bitty spider climbed up.
Crimes up there.
The itty bitty spider gets swatted by Sony. Dun dun dun. So I don't know much at all about this situation. Honestly, I haven't done much research, so I don't really have much to say about it other than that it happened.
Really, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was hoping you would have most of it, but I guess I actually know more about it. So, like, Sony, what's the correct term? Dropped out of a deal to, like, continue having Spider-Man be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So he's not... Marvel can't, like, use the character anymore.
I know that much. That Disney and Sony couldn't come to agreement, so Sony...
But the thing is that I've seen a lot of people say is, they're immediately siding with, like, Marvel because they want, like, Spider-Man to...
But Sony is actually more in the right.
Well, yes, that's what more people now are starting to say, that Disney's kind of ripping them off, really.
Well, what Austin told me is he was like, and also, people at Disney abuse Stan Lee, so I just hate Disney.
Yeah.
That is pretty awful. I don't know why. I don't understand.
I'm gotta be honest. I don't really like raw Disney that much. They're just such a monopoly, and they're just like this giant amoeba engulfing things.
That's my opinion too. Like,
then pooping out live action. I'm doing air quotes. Movies.
That's what I was gonna talk about.
Have
you seen Lady and the Tramp?
Into garbage.
Have you seen Lady and
What? They're making a live action Lady and the Tramp?
Yep.
It's live action. I mean, some of it's gonna be.
No, you can feel free to be loud right now.
I'm gonna throw my chair.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, yeah, and it looks terrible because it doesn't.
Oh no!
There's
like no emotion. They look so lifeless.
It doesn't look like real dogs. It looks like CGI dogs that are attempting to look like real dogs. It looks
Disney, you're trash.
It looks like over animated, over expressive, even compared to Lion King.
I love Pixar, and even Pixar seems like they're getting worse.
But before we move on,
Disney's dying.
Before we move on,
and I'm almost not caring.
Before we move on to the Lady and the Tramp thing, and then rebooting everything for money. That's how I feel.
And they won't stop. They just need to stop that. Stop it. It's not even working anymore.
It's kind of like how people reacted when Microsoft bought Mojang and Minecraft. It's like they're like, why are you doing this monopoly thing? Like taking an indie,
and Microsoft had done
like
that before with other stuff
Disney
too.
buys Lucasfilms and Star Wars, and then Marvel it owns, which both used to be separate entities. Marvel was a separate entity, right? I'm pretty sure.
Stop forcing people to make stuff for you. Do your own thing.
And
if you can't, then do what you can do.
It's just like this thing where Disney has just become this monopoly of like, Disney World, go to our park, and we make really bad TV shows.
Disney Channel, we have terrible family-friendly sitcoms that aren't funny at all.
Even with like, they had Jake Paul on the show, and then of course he got fired. But PewDiePie too, he was part of a brand deal, and then he said the N-word, and then we know where that went. But it's like even then they're just basically absorbing and taking other people's.
We're gonna talk about how Shawn Mendes said the N-word.
Oh no, I'm not.
What was that? 6 years ago?
7? Yeah, 2013, 6 years ago. Not even gonna talk about that. We're not even gonna get political here because I feel like defending somebody who said the N-word automatically makes me like a bigot or something.
But but PewDiePie.
Yeah. Well, I've never defended him.
True.
Well,
you talk about him a lot, though.
I've talked about. I'm a very large PewDiePie fan. Okay.
I'm a large PewDiePie fan. I take up a lot of mass, a lot of volume.
I'm massive, dude. I'm such a massive guy. I'm like not skinny at all.
If all the other PewDiePie fans sat on one side of a seesaw and I sat on the other, they would just get catapulted, dude.
Here's the thing about PewDiePie. I've watched now, like in the last couple weeks, I've been on like a binging spree because.
Well, you say you might as well talk about it because you said you were going to talk about his wedding anyway.
Because I will talk about him because I used to hate him, which is a common theme. I tend to like hate people that I haven't even watched their videos very much, but I kind of hated him during the era like. When he first started, I was like...
when we were both kids, our parents like wouldn't let us watch anything crude.
We wouldn't be able to watch him at the age that he started, which was like... He started, in my opinion, when he started, that was like his first phase where he was actually like playing games, you know?
Yeah.
That was good. But I kind of was like, who's this PewDiePie guy? And why is he so famous? Right, like during like kind of one of the worst phases where he was just like... just not very great. And so I've always hated him since then, but then the whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing happened, and I was like, okay, I'll subscribe to him because I support, not having companies rule the site or whatever. But, and then I watched some of his content, and I was like, this is actually pretty good, funny stuff. And
I feel like with me, his content, when I first witnessed any of it, it hit me at a time when I just didn't like the majority of content on YouTube in general.
Anyways,
sorry for stuttering so much.
I basically at this point caught up on like all the phases of his life and kind of like his story, dude. Which is weird. But as I said, I've been doing a lot of nothing lately in procrastinating.
You gotta explain those old school PewDiePie memes to me. What is it with barrels?
Oh, that was from a game he played, and there was the barrels.
I know, it was Insomnia or whatever.
Yeah, and he just screamed at them. That's basically all
barrels!
it is. Barrels!
See, I thought that's all it was, but I was like, there's gotta be more, but no, he's just barrels!
He's just randomly does stuff like
barrels!
That. But yeah, so I've kind of learned like how he's changed, and so I respect him. I feel like if people
I feel like he's become way more respectful because he's actually tried to be.
If people really like get to know like how he's changed and who he is now compared to... No, I don't agree with how him saying the N-word, first of all, but also just him in general.
That upset me.
Him in general during that era, like during that phase of him being a YouTuber, he was not he was not the most great guy, and he said that himself. Like people have made memes about it, of course, and he was like reacting to a meme I saw in a video, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think I like that phase either." He's changed a lot. That's all I can say, and he's been on the site for 7 years now. So a really long time, and obviously he's changed, of course.
But you know what? You know the reason why we're not afraid to say that we like PewDiePie, at least passively? Because...
I'm sweating so bad. Sorry.
Because if a big corporation like YouTube can show some appreciation, then like... I mean, are we so bad?
Yeah, you said...
It's kind of like an excuse, I almost feel like.
Well, because it's completely unfair for them.
It gives it some justification, and he deserves it,
It's
honestly.
unfair for them to censor him for something he did. Yeah. That they're holding a grudge against him for, stuff he did a long time ago.
Yeah.
They still refuse to, like... I guess... There are just ways in which they refuse to acknowledge him and stuff.
When he, like, first got into controversies, that was, like, the first time in a while he got cut out of, like, the rewinds. Yeah.
So, I said there's no way that they don't do a video for him reaching 100 million.
But I was like, there's no way they will because there'd be so much controversy. People would hate them.
But that's the thing. No, if you look in the comments, there's almost nobody saying he's racist or whatever.
Yeah. And we found a few. One of them I think might be a joke.
The people that are completely overpowered by replies saying, hey, shut up. He's changed, accept that. And... So I respect that they did that, but I did think that they were going to because it would just be completely... I mean, they just wouldn't be fair. They would be censoring the number one creator on their site. That just doesn't make sense, really. And maybe he'll be in the rewind next time. Who knows?
Who knows?
I feel like it's been long enough now that they really can honestly just drop it. And with... he's been playing Minecraft, and he's been family friendly completely, like no swearing and stuff in his videos mostly.
Because no one's allowed to do that anymore.
Without not making money. Yeah. So I feel like things might be changing as far as them not supporting him. And that's all I have to say on that. What is our next topic? Ding ding. Well, we said we could talk about the Instagram hoax.
Oh, yeah. You already made a video about it,
Yeah, there's a video you can watch on my channel.
I've never understood it, though.
There's not much to it, but I did learn some stuff.
It's not a hoax because people aren't getting anything from it.
Exactly. That's what's so confusing about it. And I found a couple of stuff out. I found a couple of things out after I'd made the video. First of all, as I said in the video, as I predicted, I said it was probably from years ago. Chances are, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It is, and it originated.
But how does that just resurface?
Well, it's weird, but it originated on Facebook, and where it said Instagram on all those things, it said Facebook, and that's why it's in bold, because they just took the Instagram logo and copy-pasted it onto the...
Not the logo, the word.
No, it is the logo. It's like the logo font, yeah. Because the logo is like that.
Oh, you're saying the name from the logo?
Yeah, Instagram, the word.
Because their actual logo is like the camera in rainbow colors.
But, so they've literally just replaced it with this old Facebook thing that circulated. And I guess somebody just started posting it again, and it's just kind of crazy how when people see the word public, your photos might be public, that people just freak out.
Yeah, people just like to be reactionary. It's like if there's a reason for you to be bombastic or something, then it's
what really just blows my mind is how people see this disgustingly, like, compressed, JPEG'd, disgusting, like, crispy image.
It looks like the internet equivalent of, like, when they would, like, cut up bits from the magazines and, like...
Absolute crap. It looks like pee-pee poo-poo.
Bruh.
And celebrities are falling for this, and that's really what I don't understand. And maybe it just shows that celebrities are really just like normal people, and they aren't really that smart sometimes. And the only reason why they stay safe at all is because they have security guards protecting them, and that aren't my. But the other thing that I thought was interesting that I didn't mention in the video is, what do these people have to hide that they're worried so much about their photos? Like,
50% of all famous people are probably scummy.
Maybe. Or is it that they...
or is it a higher percent? Who knows?
Or did they take pictures of their cancer prescriptions that the government is giving them? You know?
What?
You said that you theorized that they have the cure for cancer.
Oh, yeah. When was the last time a famous person who wasn't involved in like, any potential controversy or something
like
cancer?
Trebek. He didn't die, but... Well, actually, he did. He recovered really fast.
Yes.
We might be onto something here. There's no way. That's all I have to say.
No, because I also had that theory that like every time they like implement a new societal change, it's like it just increases either the damage to the environment or the cancer rates. Like I'm pretty like all that stuff they put in our food. I keep hearing this causes cancer, this causes cancer. It's like yeah, you don't say. You put in like these weird chemicals that aren't even natural.
Well, I guess a common theory is population control.
Yep.
But I really don't think that's the case at all.
You know what? I'd prefer it the Chinese way. Just kill them outright. That would at least be honest.
See, people talk about stuff like that.
What age was it that they did that?
People talk about the... Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They were like... It was... Yeah. At first it was like they were only allowed to have... They were like trying to equalize the genders.
One child.
And then it was you could only have one or two.
Yeah.
No three child.
So, no, but when people make conspiracies like that, all I can think about is... You just saw how celebrities and also the nuclear, whatever, the guy in control of the nuclear, Rick Perry, I think was his name. You see people fall for stuff like this, and then you want to say that they can think of grand conspiracies like this. Sometimes you have to step back and realize that our government and systems like that really don't work that well sometimes, and people are kind of dumb sometimes, and there's no way that they could really create such a grand conspiracy.
See, I don't have a problem
which is why I don't think that there's aliens in Area 51. I think it's just missiles, and they just don't want you in there because of obvious reasons. It's a military base. You're gonna die if you go in there.
It's not aliens. It's interdimensional portals and fallen angels.
Fallen angels?
I don't know. I'm making stuff up off the top of my head.
Interdimensional portal.
I don't have a problem.
The portal gun.
I don't have a problem with conspiracy theories, even like the more ridiculous
for entertainment maybe
ones. Well, no, because you never know. But what I have a problem with anything, conspiracy theories, especially because of how much weight is on them,
why did I put these back?
Is I hate... Dude, you did. I hate anybody who, like, doesn't even acknowledge the fact that they could be wrong. And especially when it's literally a theory. And these people, like, go out and they'll put out these crazy theories, and I'm like, dude, that's technically possible. But man, if it isn't unlikely. But then they'll just be like, I know it's true. It justifies the way I feel about things.
Well, like stuff like the Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy.
Yeah. That's not that important.
That's the stuff that, if you want to call that conspiracy, that's the stuff that's believable. That could be true, and maybe specifically in certain Chuck E. Cheese's, not all, but.
Bruh. Wakes up, puts shirt on, puts headphones in, takes earbuds out, takes shirt off, takes earbuds back in.
It's really.
But what is it with the earbuds?
It's really hot in this
What
room.
do you think you're listening to?
No, it's just habit because I spend so much time at this computer now, and I just always pop in the earbuds when I'm sitting here.
Pop them in.
So
what's poppin', gamer?
When I see that they're not in here, I pop them in. Because, that's just what I do as a gamer.
Gamers.
So we have 20 minutes or less, maybe if you're leaving early.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we have to talk about. We kind of blew through.
I texted someone to make sure I could get a ride back to campus, but I don't have my phone with me, so I'm sure they will. I'm sure they can.
The podcast, uncut.
The podcast.
raw conversation.
The Rawcast.
Yeah. What do you think about our name? When did we change it? When did we actually make it a name?
Well, the thing is, I've been trying to push this subtly for like a while now.
I know. Well, it's your channel now, so you do.
No,
it.
you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not
talking
about pushing the channel, pushing this, and then I was going to explain what this is. I wanted just to subtly make it different. Whenever you say podcast anywhere, but you never do because you haven't caught on to the hint yet, I wanted you to capitalize the P-O-D like it is in the title with the stylistic. So whenever I send you something and I say, hey, new thumbnail for the podcast, it's always capital P-O-D, cast.
Just tell me. I would have done that. That does give it at least something different.
I didn't want it to be my idea because you never like my ideas.
Well, then it puts more emphasis on the pod, even though the pod really...
Podcast!
Pod really has nothing to do with our podcast.
The other thing was I thought of nicknaming it like the Escape Pod or something. Because that's a term.
Yeah, because I really hate being here with you for an hour.
Yup.
Trying to escape. No, it doesn't really make sense. Stuff like the broadcast would be more fitting.
I told you could just
brand.
switch the letters and make it the Dope Cast.
Yeah, but that sounds like something where they would smoke marijuana.
Oh yeah. More drug references.
Exactly.
That's what I thought a short while after I called this the Speedcast.
Yeah. Well,
welcome to the Speedcast, special episode of the Dopecast. Today we're doing 2 different drugs at once. We might die.
Dope. Speed. That's some dope speed.
That's some dope speed.
So I guess for the rest of the episode, we just break down and talk about drugs.
Oh, man, dude.
Let's play the drug game. You go first. We have to name one. Heroin.
LSD. That's my favorite. What's the actual term for LSD?
Acid.
No, that's the... Are those really the same drug? Acid and LSD?
Acid tabs. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up on my phone.
We don't know anything about drugs, in case you haven't noticed.
I do them every day. My fluoride pills.
Speaking of drugs, why are people still vaping? It kills you.
That's a good topic. That's a news related, just genuine topic.
I don't get why people want to inhale non-air particles in order to
nicotine.
Take in drugs that
are addictive.
Have to only have that addictive effect after you've had them for a while. And don't even get you high or anything. Like, if you want to smoke marijuana and be like, dude, I'm so high. But you smoke a cig and you're just like, I'm normal. But I feel like I finally got my satisfaction now that I'm addicted.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't want people to kill themselves. Like, if you smoke, I don't hate you. But, like, don't kill yourself, please.
That's what I was going to say. The stupid thing about that is that nicotine is the drug involved here. And it makes you addicted to it. But it in no way gets you high.
Yes, I honestly almost have more respect for people who, do all kinds of drugs.
It's really...
Than people who
well,
smoke.
I definitely have more respect for people that do weed than cigarettes. Especially considering that there have been proven benefits of weed. And while that, I don't think that just straight up stress relief, just having, because they're good, stress is good in some situations. I feel like the whole just oh yeah, I'm so high I can't even have responsibilities anymore. Dude. That's not a really good thing. But there are medicinal specifically. I've always said that I will support medicinal marijuana.
Yeah, I don't see a problem.
Medicinally, it has been proven to be somewhat of a miracle drug in some situations. People tell stories about, oh, my 3-year-old child was born with some condition. They're constantly in crippling pain. I put them on
some weed.
Yeah, I put them on.
Put them on weed.
But it seriously has worked for people.
50 cc's of weed right now.
Recreational, I guess. I wouldn't be too opposed if it's legal.
Dude, we are getting political now.
But,
no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're being open about this.
But I do think that there are
no hate either
I think
way.
that there are bad sides to marijuana recreationally.
Dude, what happened? Donald Trump said he was going to legalize weed, dog.
Did he?
He put it out there at one point.
Well,
he was like, I maybe.
Well, I mean, it's not up to him. It's up to the General. I mean,
well, yeah, he doesn't have the power. But
I just said General Assembly. That's
he
the
put the idea out there at some point. And then it was funny because public opinion did a 180 of him for 5 seconds.
but Jeez, what were you
Do you remember when everyone
Cigarettes.
called weed pot? When did that switch? Like, literally no one said weed. Everyone said pot.
People still say pot.
I haven't heard someone say pot in a long time. But I remember back in the day, everyone was like, dude, you smoking pot? Dude, where can I get my pot?
I still hear pot.
Weed is
I
only hear weed, man.
I mean, it's a better name, in my opinion. Like, what? A weed is literally like a
How
weed.
young do you think your audience is? Do you think any of them are asking their parents right now, what's pot? What's weed?
No.
Well, you see,
No.
pots are what you plant flowers in, and weeds are what grow in the flowers that you need to pluck out.
Because most of the people watching this, like maybe
Now stop watching that podcast.
maybe 30 or
Ever.
30 or 40% of this the people watching this like know me personally, so I know their age range.
True.
But
Your last one got 20 views.
I don't think children would watch this long. Their attention span is too short to be entertained by something like
They
this.
just, like, they mash the 1 through 0 buttons on the keyboard, and it's like, I like the noises!
Mobile users don't understand.
Oh, man. Dude, you're right.
But yeah, cigarettes are pretty dumb. But that's what I was gonna say, which is exactly what you said. I saw this ad for vaping.
The future of vaping.
Which, by the way, yeah, that one. Which, by the way, now it's really funny because whenever a vaping commercial comes on,
the future is killing yourself slowly.
It says they have to say in front of the commercial, this product is something.
They might as well just say, warning, this is a bad idea, but we're going to make you do it anyways because we profit from your addiction.
Exactly, and they're legally required to put that. And I just think it's so funny whenever an ad comes on, it's like they're destroying themselves. Except for the people that buy it, they don't care.
Get destroyed.
But yeah, the ad was literally like, most people know that smokers don't want the smoke or whatever. They're just trying to get their nicotine fix. And I was like, it's exactly what you said. What's the point of a nicotine fix? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't even give you a high or anything. You're not really getting pleasure. You're getting pleasure through relieving a pain, which is your addiction.
You're setting yourself up to be in a state of you're setting yourself up for a state of constant dissatisfaction.
Exactly.
That can only be relinquished by shortening your lifespan and making yourself probably feel bad and look bad and smell bad.
Yep. And at least vaping is, well, we don't know actually. I would say vaping
People are always, okay, it hasn't happened yet this year because this year just started, but people always be passing by me and they'd be taking a fat vape, dude, and then they just puff it out big time, and it's like got some, like, one of them smelled like if you fell in a maple syrup factory and then it started raining like honey and like, but it was like so fake, and they walk in front of you and the cloud just goes back. And you're drowning in the vape, dude.
I saw some meme. It was like people when they hear about nicotine and it's like them saying no or whatever, and then it's like when they learn that it's flavored like mango, and then they're like, "Ah!"
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're getting you with the flavors.
But
you know what else comes in those flavors? Just about everything else. Candy. Please, go back to candy. Don't be like Jason and hate candy so much that you turn to vaping.
Well, I think for a very small percent of people, it's like the cool like, dude, do you know any smoke tricks, bro? I can like totally.
Dude, I can puff rings.
Dude, I can totally build.
I mean, I'm not saying that's uncool in any sense.
And I watched a video a long time.
But is it worth?
I was like 10. I watched this video of a guy blowing smoke rings out. Like there was this hose that just like billowed smoke. He would just inhale some of it and then do these rings, and they were really cool tricks. I was like, I wish I could do that someday.
I'm sure Gandalf would be proud.
I wish I could do that someday. It seems pretty cool. But if that's like your only motivation, then at the very least, don't become addicted to it by doing something with nicotine. Just inhale smoke then.
Steam.
You'd be better off. But see, the thing about water vapor is you can't do the same tricks with it because it just doesn't work. It's water vapor. It'll be in your mouth, and the beep 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 beep.
E-beep-beep-beep.
But you'd be better off just honestly, and well, I guess try not to inhale so much of it, but breathe it out. Do whatever vape trick with it. Than being addicted to something that doesn't do anything for you, except maybe give you flavor. Don't even drink soda. That's also bad for you. People are addicted to that.
I love fruit beer.
That's why
That's the only soda
obesity.
I drink. And cream soda.
That's why
That's why we obesity.
Soda is literally one of the leading causes of obesity.
Do you think the government invented soda to profit from obesity?
Absolutely, Jonathan.
Oh, the controversy and controversial cast. We are literally destroying our careers live before they've even come to fruition because we're still nobody.
You act like us saying that, making a joke about the government feeding us soda so that we all die because we're fat is gonna. We're gonna get a community guideline strike on our channel.
Because YouTube's in cahoots with the government.
Whoa! Oh no! Now Susan is gonna find this video personally. We're dead. This is like the whole like the public photos thing on Instagram. Like maybe it makes more sense for a celebrity who can be scrutinized, but for a random person, why would you even post that? Why do you care? It's not like. Why do people care?
Yeah, I was about to say with that like I can't imagine posting anything on Instagram that I would feel upset if I found out later it was just like randomly thrown in somebody's thing.
Exactly.
Unless they were like making fun of like the way my face looked or something. Like they took a selfie and they were like, "Look at this guy, he's dumb."
But the thing that a lot of people are worried about is like, wait, Mark Zuckerberg can like comb through my photos and see them since he works for Facebook, and it's like people just don't understand how the internet works. And they act like them 1 in a trillion is somehow going to get their photos leaked somehow because Facebook can see their photos. It just really doesn't make sense. So, ignorant people, you really got to hate them. Now I understand liberals when they say people are ignorant.
Dude.
Every politician says, every people that are political. I don't like political people in general.
Yeah. I don't like politics. I don't like politics in general.
I'm not trying to... Well, see, that's the thing where I think...
I just don't like the way people handle political discourse. And then some of it isn't even like... It's just like fighting.
When people say politics, they don't like politics, sometimes I take that as ignorance. But in the sense that I don't like...
You're doing like a politician, like,
in the sense that
position right now.
Yeah,
you're like
if
gesturing.
only we had a webcam. No.
If only you had a podium.
When I agree with when people say I don't like the way politics are handled nowadays. Nowadays it's like an uncultured dogfight, just criticizing other people to build your platform.
It's not even about you looking good anymore. It's about the other side looking worse.
People aren't pushing an agenda, trying to incite some sort of inspiration into their people, make them motivated to like better our country or something. They're literally just dogfighting, trying to tear other people down, just so that they can try to build themselves up in the process, when all they're really doing is making everybody look bad, and everybody have this disgusting taste in their mouth saying, wow, our country and our government kind of sucks because everybody just wants to be mad at each other all the time.
Jeez, dude. And you're getting riled up too. Don't fall into it.
And this is why George Washington said that you shouldn't have political parties.
Agreed, Jorge.
And he was right.
We should have listened to Jorge.
It's just people just like the Democratic debates that everybody was talking about. I didn't watch them. I don't watch anything politics, but like people are just talking about how all it really digresses into is not even people getting the chance to speak or discuss their platform or what they're trying to, what they're trying to accomplish as a president, or a governor or whatever they're running for. It's just people tearing other people down, insulting them, and it's like, and then these are the people that you got to pick one of them to be your president.
Yeah.
One of these people
what's his face that I keep getting those ads for, and it's like the most. I told you it's like the most hollow...
I signed a petition to do great things.
Please vote for me. And impeach Donald Trump.
People...
That's not me insulting people who want to impeach Donald Trump.
People shouldn't...
Or insulting people who don't.
Well,
please don't interpret that in any way.
I'm not making this... yeah, just don't interpret it.
Don't interpret it! You didn't hear that.
That's what I say. When people like... And then I feel like I have to compensate by saying... I don't support people that don't say that, and it's like...
Yeah, I literally just don't care!
But I think, not to get political on my views on Donald Trump, but I just think it's kind of dumb to say impeach him at this point, this late in his presidency. I don't really think it's realistic to happen.
I mean, you kind of have a point, but if let's say literally...
Just wait until the next president.
Let's say literally all the bad stuff they said about him ended up being true somehow. And provably true.
Well,
which I don't see being feasible at this point.
The same people that want to impeach him
after all that it's been through
say that Mike Pence is just as bad. So, I mean,
really?
You're not doing.
I haven't been digging in that. I don't even know what the accusations are anymore. I've literally stopped caring.
Yeah,
the world is falling apart around me. I'm just keeping my own life up. Dog.
I stopped caring the day.
As soon as I'm old enough, I'm leaving this country.
I woke up after election day and then I said, Donald Trump won, and then I stopped caring from that point on.
I was gonna move.
I stopped caring before the election day. Who am I kidding?
I thought I might move across the country now, but now apparently
He's gonna work at Nintendo Japan.
Now I said across the country, not across the globe.
He's gonna work
at Sega. They got the plague in California now.
Us,
they got the plague in California.
Yeah, Japan is
So
close to us.
that's pretty terrifying.
Jonathan, Japan is close to us. Just
but then again, everyone was all
Can you
like
shut up?
Ebola, and then that never happened.
Japan is not halfway across
Well,
the
to
globe.
me.
Look left, not right.
What?
You can get to Japan by going west.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
So you're saying I stop in California and then go to Japan?
I don't even know what you were saying. You were like trying to carry on. You were like enduring every single comment I was making. Trying to say something. You were like trying to keep this one-sided conversation, like dodging all. I was saying stuff, and you were like, "Ugh, they have the Black Plague in California.
It worries me that the bubonic plague returns.
Well, I don't know who the viewers were listening to there because you were literally just carrying on a completely separate conversation. It was like you were like just went completely like robot mode. It was like,
I mean, imagine your whole
California,
life.
They have
There's
the plague.
droughts everywhere.
Huh.
And you can't use water because it's like a precious
Oh yeah, I saw
artifact
a meme like that.
And then suddenly
Droughts,
the plague pops up.
And they're gonna be their own country.
Yep. Cause what
was that? Somebody knocking? Okay. I guess that means you have to go. So we'll have to wrap up the podcast here. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm only the co-host, so maybe the bro host.
I'm the bro host.
Also known as the host, I guess.
Time to go
still
back.
wants the honorary title.
Time to go back to my single prison cell room of a dorm. Catch you on the flippity dip, epic gamers.
Hey, that's my thing that I say now. That you don't like.
That's the sound of me opening a door and leaving. Bye.
Okay, but wait. You have to say one last thing so that we can have like an end card thing, behind the outro. We need this is going to be in it. Just say something quick.
Jason took down all my posters as soon as I left.
Okay, bye. Bye.